What's up, everybody? We are here, Arlington, One Piece, IRL Regional, Round 9. Man, a lot of games, huh?
A lot of games.
We have Kinemon versus Law.
Yes, interesting. They're both X1.
Yeah. So this is kind of like a win and in. If you win this round, you're very, very likely to get top 32 tomorrow. If you lose, you have to play another game.
Yep.
So it's not last chance, but it's close. Like, the winner of this game is like in a much better position than the loser, obviously, right?
Absolutely.
That's how it works, right?
Absolutely. And on top of all of that,
Yep.
there might not be another round because
that is true.
We have an odd number of undefeateds. If the pair down wins, or if the pair down loses, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
So, it's very important. This is a very important game.
Yeah, this could be the last round of the tournament. We're not 100% sure yet. We won't know until the round is over because, as you know, the Bandai rule, play until one undefeated.
Yep.
So, could be the last round of the day, not the tournament, but it could be the last round of the day. Or we could get another one. So, again, whoever wins this is pretty much, I wouldn't say guaranteed, but they're pretty much guaranteed top 32.
This is what we call the bubble.
The bubble.
They are on the bubble, and the winner of this round is going to be in a much better position than the loser.
Isn't it crazy how, like, Table 6 is on the bubble?
Table 6 is on the bubble,
Man,
yeah.
This just
Top
goes to show,
32, but still.
high pressure, high, that's what you like to see because pressure creates diamonds. We got a little weird. Looks like a D12. I guess we're going to roll that.
All right, sure.
As long as both players
D20
agree.
maybe. All right, we got a Kinemon versus Law. Who is favored? We've seen this kind of a match before in the form of Kid versus Law at other events that we have personally commentated. And we've seen how the mono green deck has a good matchup against the Law because of all of the resting effects that you have.
Yeah, it is very, very possible for the Kinemon to just run away.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially going second. You can Okiku turn 1 with your leader's effect.
The Kiku on turn 1 is devastating.
And you can follow that up with something like a Yamato, a Nekomamushi, an Izo. You got options.
You just keep that Law board down.
And you can just pretty much ensure that Law doesn't get those 5 characters until they have 10 Dawn. And at that point, it could just be too little too late.
Yep.
It's very possible. I mean, it's...
For sure. Now, Law has Dadan now.
It does,
And Dadan can add Nami that can add another card.
Yep.
And it can flood your board very quickly and build back.
Yep.
But Kinemon getting to that Kiku, if he goes second, Kiku on turn 1, that could be a death sentence by itself against the Law.
Absolutely, yeah.
We haven't seen too many jet pistols coming out of Law.
We haven't. Could be good. Again, Basil Hawkins is another card that is possible. We don't know. We don't know if Kinemon plays it. It's a possible card they play. We'll see.
We'll see.
So,
I personally enjoy Basil Hawkins.
I do. I'm a fan of Basil. I'm Italian. We like Basil.
It's a spicy deck if it's got some Basil in it.
Absolutely, yeah. So, but again, if Law goes second, right? You can like open Bonnie Nami, and you're keeping your hand high while also keeping characters on the board. You know what I mean?
Yep. All right. And we've got our life down. And it looks like...
the weird, awkward.
Oh, awkward.
There we go. Okay.
Ooh,
Law goes first.
Kenny gets to go second.
That is what Kinemon wants to do.
Oh, that is
a starter deck Nami.
A starter deck Nami.
Okay. All right. We have 2 Dawn.
Yep.
What are we going to see here?
Okay.
Okay.
I see a Bonnie in Kenny's hand.
All right. Bonnie's a good card.
Now, Kinemon's very interesting. So if you have 2 or fewer characters, or 1 or fewer characters, sorry, you can use Kinemon's effect to reduce the cost of the next Land of Wano that you play with a cost of 3 or more by 1.
Correct.
So we see that he's missed Kiku.
Yep.
That's a shame. That's a real shame. And that Momo probably not going to make it a turn cycle.
Yeah.
Now, Kenny is really cool. If the Momo did make it a turn cycle, he could use Kenny's effect and then play other cards.
Yep.
Because Kenny is just an activate main.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, basically we talked about this earlier.
Oh.
There we go. Flooding the 1-drop.
Okay.
See, it's gonna be Kinemon's gonna have to play cleanup, and if he doesn't have like the right stuff, he might not be able to.
Yep.
And there we go. We saw the Kiku. Is it a little late, or are we just gonna go Kiku here? Activate leader effect.
The issue you've got here is you're not getting to that Bonnie.
Yeah.
As much as you want to,
you can't.
You can't. The choppers are going to hold it down.
You could play. I mean, you can play Kiku, and then you can play your killer blocker.
You could.
And the killer blocker could also threaten the Bonnie. So I mean, that's a possibility. Again, if Law has a 1 or 2 drop, then he'll be able to finish flooding his board.
Yep.
and also use his leader effect, and then we can get like 5-drop Law in there. We get the SR from the set. Just we know what Law does, right? What do we call it? The shenanigans.
The shenanigans. Yeah, Law shenanigans are most likely active next turn.
Yeah.
He can use that Bonnie's effect, play a 1-drop or a 2-drop, and still have the 2 Don to use his room to put his opponent in shambles.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like we're going to pay 3 for the Yamato.
There we go.
Very strong. You say that word different than I do.
Yamato, either way.
All right.
Yeah, so it's just a little bit of a bigger body, right?
Yep. And then we see a blocker come down.
There we go. So
cool.
The Yamato is also a Kozuki Odin, and here we have Kozuki Toki. When you control a Kozuki Odin, it gains keyword skill blocker.
Yes.
So
that's his wife, right?
That is Odin's wife in the anime. Spoiler alert.
Okay. A blocker, huh? That's interesting.
Yep. So so again, Law. I mean, you can still play some 2-drops and some 1-drops here while also having your leader effect online. I really like this. I like the starter deck Name. I'm not gonna lie.
I do, but I don't like the leader swing first before Bonnie.
Because of Punk Gibson, perhaps.
Because of Punk Gibson.
Yeah.
You could lose a lot of value very quickly off of something like that.
So if he takes a life and it's a Punk Gibson, you do lose a lot of value. That is correct.
You do, yeah.
Oh, we're just playing it. Okay. Just decided. Oh, I'm not gonna use it.
Yeah, and
playing Zoro.
Very, very common. We've seen several times now. Law put something back, play Zoro.
Yeah.
And we're not attacking with it. We also saw that Kenny did not attack the leader last turn. So we're probably going to see a good bit of starving here. Both players going to focus on the board. Both players are going to
engage in a resource battle.
Yes, in a resource battle, which is something we see very often.
We got Izo.
Izo.
Do you go after the Zoro, or do you go after the easy target of starter deck Name?
You go after the Zoro.
Okay. All right.
Now, this should probably be a 6.
Yeah, that's right, because then he could block with his Law. He only has, what, is that 2 in hand?
2 cards in hand.
It's very hard to protect, so he's just going to let it go.
One's a Bonnie.
It's probably not worth sacrificing.
I think we're done attacking.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Unless we have another card that rests in our hand, I think we're done attacking. I think we can just play a killer blocker here, put a Don on him, and pass.
Looks like...
Which means that we could have just equipped a Don to the leader and swung. But,
maybe Kiku.
We also have a Bonnie.
He's considering Izo. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, starter deck Nami.
And then we're going to put this last Don on the Kenny.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Now, what's more important? A card in hand, because he could block with the Law and counter out of it. The Chopper on the board or the Nami.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, this is a huge decision tree
that
the Law player has to go through with that simple attack.
Yeah, this is like the subtlety in the game. So he chose to get rid of the Chopper there. That's how much he values that Nami. And it looks like we have we're gonna play the Bonnie.
And we did see another 5-drop Law.
Yeah, 5
from
Law,
the set,
5 Luffy.
The first set.
There we go, another Luffy.
Okay.
It's funny, Law didn't used to play starter deck Law, so we never had to clarify.
We do
but
now.
But now that they're playing starter deck Law, you gotta specify.
It's so good against Whitebeard.
Yep.
That's what you have to do. All right, so I wonder if we're going to see that blocker Law make a swing on that Yamato. Probably.
So, I mean, we have starter deck Nami, so we can give our leader 1 and make it a 6 swing in a Yamato.
Yep.
That is a possibility.
That is a possibility. Very easy choice.
Yep. And then we could attack with the blocker because that gets an additional card out of our opponent's hand. Yep. But then I hate to say it's like our blocker it's kind of vulnerable to a leader swing or an Izo swing. I mean.
Yeah, but at the same time, that Law is vulnerable to a lot of stuff in Kenny's deck. Like another Yamato can very easily
come down and
render that Law useless.
That's
then the Yamato you have on the board threatens it.
So it looks like both players just having 3 cards in hand. Like you said, this is a starvation battle where
resource. Right. I don't know that we play anything
at
all.
No, you don't. And so you keep it in your hand so it can't get rested by one of these little resty cards.
Yeah. Now you tell your opponent you have to attack me if you don't have any cards that can rest.
Oh my goodness, Yamato off the top.
Yamato off the top. Well, that's disgusting.
That is.
And once again,
good.
Here we go.
That is good.
Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and pay 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
We're windmill. We call that the windmill slam of the Yamato.
He didn't waste any time.
No, none at all. Now we can put 2 Don on our Yamato and guarantee that Law
clear. For 8. Yep. One of the cards in his hand is Luffy, and one of them is Bonnie. So what is he? He has 3 in hand, right? So
I really like the leader swing there because then you deny your opponent the ability to attack something.
Yeah. And again, you can devote this Don into this Kiku finally. I mean.
Yep.
He's had it for quite a while. He just hasn't found the right spot to play it.
And the Kiku comes down.
There we go.
And now, funny enough, Kinemon is the one with 5 characters on the board. Law has 2 characters, 3 cards in hand.
I like what you. Yeah, I do feel like he could have equipped the Dawn to his leader and attacked it, so his Yamato.
To see what happens.
Exactly. Yeah. Now he might end up losing a Yamato here.
Whereas double Yamato, now you got me saying it. Double Yamato, Kiku is just a disgusting amount of pressure to his board. To the opponent's board.
Yeah. Oh, we got a Makino. Okay.
Yep. That Kiku is a threat that taps down a Law.
It is. Yeah.
Which we're starting to run out of those.
We are.
Is that a starter deck Law? I
can't tell.
I cannot tell. Okay.
All right.
We gotta think about how much Dawn we have. It's very important here. We know there's a Luffy. It looks like 2 big Luffys in hand.
Yep, 2 big Luffys and
Okay. Cannot tell.
Can't tell. We'll just have to wait.
There's a Beige. I can see the Beige. I know that there's a Beige.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a starter deck Law.
Yeah.
The hat.
Yeah, it's the hat. The hat gives it
hat.
away. Looks like a big Yoshi egg.
All right. Yeah. 2 Otamas going to the bottom.
2
Those
Otamas.
are so important in this matchup.
They're very strong.
Because making that Yamato a 4.
It's
huge.
Yep.
You could actually potentially clear it then.
Yep. Man, I feel like so far the starter deck Nami has not gotten a lot of value.
It has gotten almost none.
But I wouldn't say almost. It got a little bit.
It's used its effect once so far.
Yeah.
Now it's getting a little bit more.
So it's like I can understand why he protected it with the chopper now because we're seeing him pressure this Yamato very well because of this Nami. I mean,
see, and once again right here, it is a shame that the Yamato attacked instead of the leader.
Right.
You're floating the Dawn.
Yep. It's not like you have Paradise Waterfall, so it's just.
Yeah, I know.
Judge. That's a judge stamped Yamato.
A judge stamped Yamato.
Yamato. Tomato. All right.
Hey, I play Devil May Cry. It's Yamato.
Yep. Here we go. We got the.
We got Beige. Okay.
We agree on that one.
We do agree on that one. We do agree on that one. But now we've got double Luffy Makino.
Okay. Well, Makino makes 5.
Makino does make 5.
The question is.
We were going to put the Bonnie back for the Luffy. Absolutely.
There we go. We'll play Luffy.
Yep, and probably not going to want to attack.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the question: where do we place our attacks here? We are facing down a Kiku, so we know our Law isn't necessarily safe.
Yeah. But if we don't attack, that Kiku has to go face, unless there's a rester.
Unless there's another one, which there could
Yamato
be.
Off the top? No. Okay.
No, it looks like we do have a Momo though.
That's terrifying.
So
that
again,
can be a Yamato. That could be anything. It could even be a Yamato.
Okay.
Okay.
So far we Nekomamushi.
Oh, there we go.
And it looks like Neko is the only target that I can tell.
There's
it's an Odin. Okay. So yeah, we're getting.
We're gonna get the Nekomamushi.
All right.
And if you are the Law player, your heart's broken.
Yep.
That breaks your heart.
Sad day.
Momo, you did good, buddy.
Did good, Momo.
We're gonna go ahead and turn you into a cat now.
So here's a question.
You tap the Beige.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you tap the Beige, and then you have free reign of his board from this point forward.
Yeah. Okay.
Then your Kiku kills the Beige, and then you tap down the Luffy or the Law. It's your choice, really. I'd probably go after the Law personally.
The Law, yeah. Man, I'm not going to lie. That Nami is kind of an enticing tap here.
I think that Makino is the card you don't want to tap down. I agree that Nami's enticing.
Yeah.
But I think she's losing more and more value.
There we go.
It looks like he agrees with you and not me. Okay.
I mean, it's just the Beige is probably going to remove itself.
Yep. All right,
by blocking. So.
We do see. Well, I like the ability to get to the Law personally. So I would tap the Beige down so my leader could swing on the Law, and I don't have to risk a Yamato like I did last turn.
Okay.
Because if in Kenny position, I'm starting to run out of things myself.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't really want these Yamatos to just disappear like this.
But you could just make your leader an 8 here and swing at it, right? I mean, if you're really worried about it dying.
Well, no. If the Beige was tapped here, then the 6 probably clears.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
We know there's a Bonnie in hand. No way. There's no way he trades that Bonnie
keep
for
recycling the Bonnie,
Yeah.
So
see, the 6 clears it.
Yeah.
Chose not to use the Beige. Needs it for the board space.
Yeah.
We need 5 on the board. Bonnie gets us the 4 and finds the 5th.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
Theoretically. All right. Well.
Okay.
He needs to draw Nami. That would probably be like the best card he could draw.
He does, and Kenny really needs to see an Odin.
Yeah.
We need the threat to start turning our cards sideways on the face.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
And
we're going to go ahead and do that.
That's a snap take.
Yeah, we're not even thinking about that
Zoro. That's pretty good. And because we have a Kozuki Odin, this is a blocker.
Yep. All right. That's Zoro. gonna be attacking a Kiku this turn.
Yeah, that was a good pickup.
It was. You know, I don't disagree with the attack necessarily.
Yeah.
You have to win the game at some point.
You do, yeah.
And that Bonnie, your opponent is not going to ever let that Bonnie die.
Correct, yeah. It's like you said. So you're facing down this Luffy here, and it's just like you said, like I have one card in hand. I need to attack at some point.
Yeah. So Kiku is. We're gonna use our blocker here.
Toki. It is funny. It's funny to see how he could have another Yamato on the field right now. So it's like
he could.
That is just a big body attacker. So I'm curious to see how that calls back.
All right, we see another Zoro. We see another starter Nami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take your time. We got to consider it. This is a very complicated matchup.
Very important game.
All right. So it looks like he has Zoro, Luffy, Chopper. Not a single counter.
Zoro, Luffy, Chopper in hand.
Zoro, Luffy, Chopper. So it's going to be pretty easy to get to the Luffy. I mean, you could play the Chopper, bounce the Bonnie, play the Luffy.
Well, this is where we can come back.
Yeah.
Because the opponent lost that one Yamato.
Yeah.
We're now wearing down his resources
Exactly.
turn after turn. We can now safely turn a Luffy sideways.
Yeah.
To get the Yamato to turn sideways.
Exactly. And then you can use your second one to get rid of it.
Yep, absolutely.
There we go. All right. Looks like we're grabbing a second Zoro.
And
also a good attacker of Okiku, right?
It is, yeah. We're absolutely fine swinging with that Zoro. We just put it back in hand.
Yeah.
What we would really like here is the blocker Law. Unfortunately, they have gone the way of the dodo.
They have. AKA gone forever.
Yeah.
No, not forever. He could draw another one.
Yeah, two of them, however, are quite gone.
Yeah. The cool thing is, like, with Bonnie, again, you're always going to put this Bonnie back in your hand, right? Because
absolutely.
You need Bonnie for your deck to function. So, all right, here we go, Zoro attacking Kiku.
Yep. And we have seen great use of the Bonnie in this game.
We have, yeah.
You know, we are not risking this Bonnie. It is too important.
Yeah. So, okay, here, right, you attack with one Luffy, or is that wrong?
You could, but Kenny is so starved. So I am tempted to attack with a Luffy here.
Okay.
Because I want the Yamato to attack.
Yeah.
Like, I am tempted to do it because I want that Yamato to turn sideways. I have the Beige to protect the leader swing to kind of bait the Yamato.
Oh, he got a Bonnie off the top, and he has another Kiku. That is solid.
Wow.
So none of those cards counter. That's a dead Zoro or dead Beige. I mean, so the Bonnie counters, but you're not
there's no way we trade the Bonnie for the Zoro.
Yeah.
But the Beige is pretty good here.
Yeah, I think so. Because it forces the Yamato.
It forces the Yamato. Also, you want to play the Bonnie next turn.
Yeah.
So you want something to get off of your board.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, we got Bonnie into Bonnie.
Bonnie,
X-Drake. Momo,
Scratch.
if only.
And so we have, Bonnie.
Is that an Odin?
No, it's a Nekomamushi, I believe. It's a little hard to tell. Bonnie, grab Bonnie.
Yeah, I think you're right. Bonnie, grab Bonnie.
Okay.
To be fair, not many good targets in that.
No,
in that 5.
X-Drake or Bonnie. All right, do it again.
Yep.
Right. I mean.
Bonnie again.
There we go.
If the opponent wants to turn some of their little cards sideways on these Bonnies, you're not really upset about it.
Yamato not going to be able. Another X-Drake. A Punk Gibson. Now that's a card right there.
How strong is it when your opponent knows about it? Still pretty strong.
Pretty good. against Law, pretty good.
Law has a hard time playing around a card when he has to have cards on the board.
Yeah. So you're leaving 2 up here, right?
Wait, I'm gonna need to read that.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We have 6 Dawn.
Yeah.
Do we just dump a bunch of 5 attacks in the face? They're taking at least one of them.
Yeah,
so.
I think that it might be time for Nekomamushi or Izo to turn sideways.
You just go 5-5-6.
You probably keep the Yamato.
I don't know. I think I attack with it. I'm not gonna lie.
If I were Kid, I would attack with it.
Yeah.
But because I'm Kenny.
Oh wait.
Oh whoa.
Oh yeah, he had a Kiku in hand. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So you get rid of the Neko to play Kiku. That's fair.
Yeah, there goes Punk Gibson.
You can just use it. You're still at 5 life. That Gibson.
Yeah, no, I know. That Gibson will get tracked.
Will come up.
He's probably not killing you this turn.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Right. Yeah.
You know, sometimes Makino got to get in.
Yeah, she might. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna see Bonnie come down
There
again.
you go.
This Bonnie used at least 5 times.
Yep. Great
that was
start
a lot of Nami. Oh, we found it.
Go.
Didn't even did not need to think about it. You know what? It doesn't matter what these other cards are. I found the one I'm looking for.
And now we get to add Makino back to our hand and get a 2K back in our hand.
Yep.
This is the thing about Law.
Or even we could swing with Luffy.
Yeah.
And then
attack a Bonnie.
Sometimes Makino got to get in there.
Love it.
Bonnie is a supernova. Makino is a super duper nova.
Exactly.
See, he could have also swung with the Luffy.
Yeah.
And then bounced the Luffy to play the Law. And then had a Luffy as another attacker later.
Yep. Yeah. Good point.
Because the Makino is not getting much traction, but it is a 2K counter, and he might be thinking about it in that respect.
Yeah, I think that's just.
Because right now, Makino buff Chopper, I don't think so.
No, yeah.
Not right now. Not in this board state.
Yeah, and we're just gonna attack the other dude.
Makes sense. All right, we see a 6 go in face, and Kenny just takes. We see another 6 go to face. Kenny just takes.
Yeah. And here's like the tit for tat. You're refilling your opponent's hand, so.
Yep. He also has a Dagura in his hand, which
plays a 1
cost. Yeah. Which is interesting.
Plays a red 1 cost.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so we're gonna be doing some room, and we're gonna put the opponent in shambles.
There we go.
And now look at how the board dynamic has shifted.
Yeah, very much so.
Now Kinemon is like, how in the world do I do 3 damage through these 2 blockers?
How did this happen? That is a damage too.
Yep. Law has decided that it is time.
What you really needed was a Punk Gibson off of that life there.
You did.
That's really what you needed. Honestly, though.
Also, we see a punish for not leaving the Punk Gibson open.
Yeah.
Now, that Beige is still standing.
Yeah.
And that Beige is what's getting between us and winning this game potentially.
Yeah.
He can still tap it down if he draws one of his, several resting cards.
I don't think you go for game this turn, though. I think you clean up this board a little bit.
Yeah.
Your opponent is like...
It's a hard board to clean up.
It is, but your opponent's representing Radical Beam. They still don't have too many cards in hand.
We're going to go Bonnie.
There we go.
How many times so far? We need a Bonnie counter.
Oh, we got a Law.
We did get a Law. There's an Odin. That would have been nice.
So we got another Odin. That's not good, yeah. So we got a Law. Okay, but...
It's probably too late for Odin at this point.
It's a little too late, I agree.
The Law is going to be nice.
Yeah.
Law could recycle Yamato if it needed to.
Yeah.
All right. So we know we're going to be putting a Don on a Kiku.
Yeah.
It just depends who we're resting.
Yep.
We're rest the Law.
There we go. And I still do like this. Beige will remove itself.
It will.
Yeah. By blocking.
Yeah. Well, ultimately, the Law is the thing that needs to go down.
Yeah.
But we are getting to the point where those Luffys are real.
They are, yeah.
They are real.
Yeah, they're representing big damage.
They're representing unblockably big damage. We're going to go ahead and Beige that. I agree with that.
There we go. So we're going to need to dump, what do you think, dump some 8s into one of these Luffys? Seems pretty reasonable.
So we have to leave 2 up.
Yep.
We're definitely putting 2 on Yamato.
Yeah.
And putting 2 on Kenny. And clearing a Zoro and clearing a Luffy potentially.
Okay. Just going 5 on Zoro here.
That seems a little soft.
Okay.
And it absolutely is a little soft.
There's Dagura getting out of his hand.
Yep.
It's a really interesting build of Law. Playing Dagura, playing Stutter Nami. It's a very interesting build.
Yeah. It's really heavy on those 1-drops.
Yeah.
Rebuild that board.
He is thinking about just playing this Odin here. And that is dangerous.
Danger.
He has the Odin in his hand. He's
just a 6. If Law right now is excited. Law is thinking, you know what? This Makino I added back to my hand, about to come in handy.
Yeah, that is dangerous.
I don't know about this.
Yeah, he's thinking. He has Makino in hand, so it feels like it doesn't matter what you attack.
Yeah. And then once again, we're seeing the loss of that Yamato early on really hurting.
There we go. And even Punk Gibson here doesn't do much because your opponent's just going to attack with Zoro first. So.
Yep. And there's the Makino. She did what she needed to do.
Yeah.
She turned into a Law and then countered.
Yeah.
Good job, Makino.
There we
Earn that paycheck.
There's our Law.
There's our Law.
Bouncing.
The 2K counter. Makes sense.
We could play a blocker. We do have a Kozuki Odin.
We do, in fact, have...
Or another Kiku. Okay.
The issue with playing that blocker here is that we can unblockable Luffy on the Yamato, turn the blocker off entirely.
Yeah. He has a Kiku in hand. So the cool thing about Toki is it has counter power. So
Toki does.
It can represent...
Kiku does not.
Yeah, Kiku does not. So it could represent that in hand. We have the Punk Gibson. I think we're just going to swing the Zoro first to play around the Gibson here.
Yeah, well, we swing Zoro first to play around the Gibson. We immediately get blocked by the Toki.
Yeah.
To play around Luffy clearing Yamato.
Yeah.
That is an intimidating board.
Yeah.
Law's board sometimes, when you look at it, it's a bunch of 1-drops, and then all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, it's
all of a sudden.
Oh, that's a.
Shenanigans have occurred.
There you go.
All right, and yes, we see the Zoro swing 5 on the Kiku.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead. We're going to take our time a little bit here.
Yeah.
Now we're in the driver's seat. We get to decide the tempo.
Yep. And again, this Bonnie, which has been used for the 8th.
So much.
The 8th, 9th, 10th time.
And,
okay. Well, that was a really good card to get off the top there.
We need to do 3 damage. We have these 2 Luffys that can't be blocked, and now we have a 3rd Luffy, a pseudo-Luffy, if you will.
Yeah.
So let's see how much Don we've got. We've got 2 Don to swap, and then 2, 2, 3, 3. We can go 2 9s. The Punk Gibson will get out of that.
Yeah.
So not quite enough to close, but then we also have a 5 and a 6 that will get blocked.
All right.
Okay, we'll just go 6 on the Bonnie. That's that poor Bonnie.
Again, so he's doing that so you can't get a free block with the Law.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And now the question is, what do I do with these Luffys?
Right, yeah.
Do I put something on these Luffys, or do I just go?
Okay.
Okay, we're going to go after the Kiku. We're going to go ahead and block that.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Now Punk Gibson can protect. Like I said, you have to make this Luffy a 9 in order for it to challenge this Kiku effectively, because you know your opponent has Gibson.
Yeah.
Of course, you do have.
You make it a 9, and then you can swing on it twice.
Exactly, yeah, which is going to be pretty strong.
It is. Because your opponent's going to discard 2 cards out of their hand on the first attack.
Yeah.
He's not getting out of it. He only has 4 cards in hand, I think.
I think you're probably just going to let it die.
Yeah.
But then you can attack the Yamato, and it's like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, might as well.
Might as well.
10. I believe that Kiku is gone.
Yeah, I think so.
And that Kiku is, in fact, gone. And you know what? Let's go ahead, for good measure, let's clear that Yamato out, too. We going to put a Zoro back in our hand right now? Probably. It's either Zoro or Luffy.
Yeah.
Put the Zoro back. Yeah, the Zoro feels right here. Yeah.
And harder to protect.
And, yeah, we're going to go ahead and go after that Yamato. Now, this time if we could, we would protect, but unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm going to go swing face here.
And just like that, tempo has been completely lost by Kinemon.
Yeah.
I don't know that he can get it back.
Yeah, his opponent's board is just crazy. He has a blocker. He has a little bit of cards in hand.
2 life.
He's been representing Radical Beam this whole time.
He has, yeah.
Whether he has it or not,
he's been representing it.
He's been representing it. So.
And, I mean, we see the Law player being very conscious of this matchup, taking his time, understanding when to push, when to clear board.
It was okay, we got a Scratch Man. That's not bad. So you can go leader effect, pay 7 for Odin.
Yep.
Equip a Don to leader, swing at anything.
And then
I mean, he just he's just like, what else does he have? You know, I can't really tell what's in his hand. It looks like Kiku, Odin. Yeah, that's tough.
He's got Punk Gibson.
Yep.
Yeah. The writing might be on the wall.
I think so. We're just gonna have to see how the Law closes it out.
Yep. We've seen many times today. The close is the hardest part.
Yep. All right, we're going Aiden to Luffy.
Okay.
All right.
That's interesting.
There we go. 1 Luffy down.
Yep. So we're gonna go 8 into Luffy.
We can't block with it. Let's just attack with it.
Yep. I would very much like for these Luffys to get off the board, please, sir.
Okay.
Both Luffys down.
All right.
All right. Interesting. We are heavily valuing our Law blocker.
We are, and we used leader ability so that Kiku cost 1 less.
Yep. All right, so we'll just immediately Bonnie here.
Yep.
And Bonnie's surviving again.
Man, so that early game Yamato would have come into handy so many times.
Okay.
We're just going 5 face.
Now we're baiting. We're like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Punk Gibson me.
Yeah.
With all these Zoros in my hand. Punk Gibson me.
Yep.
You want to tap that, Bonnie. You know you do.
Taking it. Can he counter with it? It's hard to tell.
Hard to tell.
Couldn't tell what it was. Ugh. Oh, it's an Ezo. Okay, it was a 2K.
That's exciting. Good. That's good.
Pretty good.
All right, now Law has to figure out how to navigate this turn.
Yeah.
Losing 2 Luffys was pretty big. I actually did not expect 2 Luffys to go down that turn. They were just 8 swings.
neither player representing a lot of counter power in their hand.
They are not. No, I'm looking at the Law's hand right now. I think he has a card that he can counter. It look like a Bonnie in his hand that he can counter with.
Almost wonder if he was expecting his opponent to counter out. By taking the life, it's a lot harder to kill the Law on Kinemon's side now.
Yeah.
I almost wonder if he was expecting him to counter out, so he could attack his opponent's Law pretty easier.
Yep. We still just got to be so careful here.
It's good awareness, though. Smart.
It is.
Okay, I'll just take it. And I got another 2K out of it. So, again, I can protect this Law pretty well. It's going to take, 4 Dawn to really try to kill it. I'm going 7 face.
7 face.
That's got to be a Gibson,
That's got to be the Gibson, yeah. You don't get much better Gibsons.
Yeah.
Because your opponent knows you have Gibson. They're not going to play into it.
Yeah. Oh. Using 2, going to 9.
2 2Ks.
Okay.
Instead of the Gibson.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder if, I don't know, man.
All right, now we've got Zoro. We've got the ability to play another Zoro and still use our leader effect.
Here we got 5.
Yeah, I got 5.
Again, he either Gibsons or he takes it,
Yep, and he's going to take it.
Oh, man.
Okay, how big can we go? Is that a 12?
It was a Raizo. He can. He can counter with it. There's a 7. We're going to have to Gibson out.
Have to Gibson out, yeah.
Rest the Bonnie. Play. Does he have another rusher? He could play.
He does, Chopper. But I think we're just going to take our time here, play this Chopper, and then turn this into the rusher.
There we go.
And then we go 7.
7, and that's game.
And that's game.
Yep. Okay, there we go.
Beautiful.
Law taking it over Kinney.
Beautiful game. Wow. Law started so slowly, but we saw this methodical use of that Bonnie.
He did, yeah.
And it just kept him in the game. And we saw a suboptimal Yamato.
We did, yeah.
We saw, instead of a leader swing, a Yamato swing, and that Yamato got lost the next turn.
Yeah.
And then we saw Kinemon fall behind more and more and more. It just sort of snowballed. And that's what you see in matchups like this.
It was like every card he got was a turn too late. The Gibson was really good. I thought the same thing. The Gibson was so good the turn he got it, but then he played the Kiku, and it was like, oh, well, Gibson, it's not doing too much now.
Yep.
I also think maybe when he lawed and he played Toki, maybe he should have played Kiku.
Yeah, I think it was a very good match.
Yeah, it was
for
really
sure.
Good. Yeah.
At the start of it was pretty textbook.
Yeah.
Green versus Law. You saw Yamato come down, tap your Law, clear it. Don't attack face from either player. It's a resource battle. And Law knew that. That's why Law was so careful with that Bonnie.
Yep.
And Kinney knew that. That's why he was so careful with his attacks.
Yep.
He ended up swinging to deal 1 damage to Law early, and that happened to be a Zoro.
Yeah.
Which it happens.
It happens, yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
But overall,
it shows small things and how they snowball into big things. That was a really good example of that.
Micro decisions in your sequencing.
Yep.
Micro decisions in your what you attack with, how you use your Dawn. Those are the things that make One Piece very interesting.
Yeah, no,
it's what separates it from a lot of different games.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
And so we just found out that that's it.
That's it.
The pair down ended up losing.
That's correct.
And so good job, Dofi, by the way.
Yeah.
You saved us all around. And so we have 1 undefeated after 9 rounds.
And that's it. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So we have 1 undefeated after 9 rounds. We will come back to you after this with a breakdown of the top cut that we will be seeing tomorrow.
All right.
You got any closing remarks before that?
Man, this was a hell of a day. A lot of One Piece, a lot of good games. Every time I commentate, I feel like I get better as a player because you just watch and you're like, I'm gonna write that down, put it in my back pocket for later.
Definitely a heck of a day.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for Top 32.
Yep, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and anything else with YouTube.